Good morning, everyone. What day is it? Tuesday? Yes. Right, so today it's still a bit cloudy, but it's so warm. I'm baking. So that's a good sign. It does mean that it won't be too cold to sit out in the garden. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, so I'll take these off so that I can see what I'm doing. Had a great day yesterday, not only with the video that we did, but also all the fantastic comments that were coming through on the posts. But I went to do my shopping, and I was just going out the door when my phone rang, and it was my sister, Hilary. So she said, where are you? So I said, I'm just going out the door. Oh, right, you're going out? And I said, yes. I said, I'm going to Aldi. I said, why? She said, well, I'm just going out. I said, where are you going? She says, I'm going to Aldi as well. So, and then she said, how about if we do a shopping and then go a walk around Ashbourne? So I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll meet you on the Aldi car park, because of course we can't go in the same car. Hilary lives about 2 miles up the road from me. So we did. We went to Aldi. I'd got quite a big shopping list. Hilary had only got a small one. And did our shopping, and then met again outside, and we then moved our cars to another car park, and we went to walk round the park in Ashbourne, which I'd never been round before. Hilary had. So it was lovely. They'd got a big lake, fishing pond, and it was really enjoyable. And as we were walking along, we were overlooking all the gardens behind some of the houses that you drive past on the road, and you don't realise what lies behind some houses, do you? But these gardens were fantastic, and they were so long. Now, of course, you don't get that in houses today that have been built the last few years. You're lucky if you get a garden. But these were really long gardens, and it reminded us of when we were kids and we were growing up, because we had a great big long back garden, and it was a council house. And my dad, no, he wasn't a gardener. So it used to get quite overgrown, and we could actually use it for making dens. And if you walked up our garden, it actually backed on then to my granny and granddad's garden. So we used to be able to climb over the fence and go and see granny and granddad. So it's a bit funny how these things sort of remind you of things. So yeah, seeing those long gardens, immaculate long gardens, not like the one that we used to have. But yeah, it sort of took us back. So we wandered around and then walked back down through the town. Now, Ashbourne is a beautiful place. It's a lovely little town, but of course it's all closed down. You know, there's no big shops as such there, apart from the supermarkets. And none of the cafes as such were open. So we wandered down and making our way back to our cars. And there was a couple sitting outside a pub that was closed, and they got a coffee and a cake. So we were walking down, and I said to this chap, I said, excuse me, did you tell me where you've had your coffee from? So he said, oh yes, just up the road there. He's doing takeaway coffees. So both of us were like beaming. So we went back up the road to this little delicatessen type place, and we ordered 2 cappuccinos and 2 flapjacks, and we went back to the tables outside the pub and sat there. Oh, and I can't tell you, it was like the old normal almost, because our big thing is to go out for a coffee, and we try not to have so many cakes now, but it's locked down, does it matter? So, yeah, it was lovely to sit there with a coffee, and it was a beautiful cup of coffee. I mean, it was in a takeaway cup. And we both said it was such a change. And I said, if only we could get back to this, you know, if only they would release the lockdown a little bit more so that the coffees and the coffee shops and the restaurants can serve people outside, you know, especially when you think of all the beautiful weather we've had. I mean, okay, it's gone off a bit, but it's coming back, and that would just lift spirits so much. So fingers crossed that something happens before too long. So that was yesterday. So let's see what today brings. So I've done my prep on my face, and I just need to put some moisturiser on. So I'm using the Moisture to Go this time, which was the Temple Spa. I'm sort of weighing the two up and seeing if it's something that I want to commit to, or if I stick with my Age Perfect. There's probably room within the routine to have a change and try different ones. So I've not got a lot left in this little tube. So no, Archie, every time I put something down, he thinks it's his to play with. So I'll just move that out of the way. Otherwise, what I do like about the Temple Spa product, it's the smells. They're so refreshing, and I'm sure that those of you that are the Temple Spa devotees, I'm sure it plays a big part in how you feel about the products. So let's put, oh, lovely. So, right, so that's that bit. I'll just put the top back on that. And get my little pot again. What I've done is I've put a little bit more BFF in just to loosen it up a bit, and again I'm going to use it all over. Getting a bit of a shadow with light in. Yeah, I think it's because it is quite cloudy out. So what I'm doing today, well, I've got to go down into the town, as we call it. I've got some cards to post, birthday cards, and I have got a post box which is about 50 yards from my drive, but it become apparent that I don't think it gets emptied that often, because I sent some cards to my brother week before last, and it took them 10 days to arrive, which I was sort of a bit surprised at. And then I posted 2 cards, one to my brother and then one to his daughter, my niece, and they both sort of were 10 days late. So I wasn't best pleased, so I'm boycotting that post box down there, I haven't seen the postman to speak to as such. Because I will ask the question. And if they aren't emptying it every day, they ought to put something on the box to say. So anyhow, so yes, so I'm going down into town to the main sort of post office on the car park, which just happens to be not far from where Gavin lives. So I'm hoping if I make the phone call, the kettle will be on. So that's that lot. And as usual, I'll just put a little bit of Victoria. Although I've done the ceramide one thing this morning when I got up, and you know what? I do think it's making a difference. So and it does just wake my eyes up in the morning. Somebody asked me if I thought it was worth getting, and I did say, you know, that it's very cooling and soothing when you've got tired eyes. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to do, but that's what it's doing for me anyhow. So that's a bit of Victoria. And Miracle Blair. So yeah, I'm going down into town just to do a couple of little errands, and then I have got a project I'm setting myself as a surprise for someone with my pastel painting. So I may settle down to that this afternoon and do another portrait, unless I get any better offers. So we'll see. So that's just give my You'll notice my eyebrows. I have sort of part done them this morning, and there's a story behind that as well. You know, I said I was going to put my eyebrow pencils in the fridge. Well, I forgot, basically. So when I was looking for something else this morning, I actually found this, and I forgot I've got this. It's a number 7, and it's Stay Perfect, but it's one of those, I can't get the thing on. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, that's the wrong one. Where have I put it then? Do you know, I'll put it down to age. Yes, this is a Bobby, and it's a brow ink and tip tattoo. And I came across it in the drawer, and I thought, oh, I forgot I've got that. And it's one of these with, like, the, you know, the, like, things on the end. So I've used it this morning, and I'm quite impressed with the job it's done. I will put my gel on in a minute, but yeah. So, surprising what you find. So what I'm going to do today, I liked so much the Victory yesterday that I'm going to now do something with combining it with something else. So the 3 colours I'm going to use are, I'll take the tops off, Victory, Empress, Justice. So I thought those would be quite nice together to create a sort of a smoky eye effect, but I don't want it too dark, so here's hoping I can get the effect I'm hoping for. So I just thought it didn't go over my eyes next to that. So I just there we go. So a bit of justice. The light really isn't very good. I just go so far with the justice. Like that. And then I'll go to the Victory. Just keep to wipe my hands on there. So then Victory. And just really on the outer bit of my eye. Just have to look in here because the light really isn't good. Oop, tripping over my rug now. So there. And then what I want to do is find my little brush. Use this one. With the Empress, I'm just going to put a bit of a liner in. Just a bit better. I will tidy this up in a minute by buffing. And I'll go a little bit under. Right, and let's see how we can do that one. So, little buffing brush. So, just have a look in. I think that's quite effective actually. And just pull it up here a bit. Now there, just a little bit of smokiness around there, and just makes a little bit of a shadow. So yeah, so I'm quite taken with that. So that's Justice, Victory, Empress. So, right, now with my cheeks, I'm going to do Freddie, but I'm going to put a little bit of Virtue. I'm going to sort of combine those a bit to lighten it up and give hopefully a bit of a highlighter within it. So I'll take some Freddie, and on the other hand I'll take some Virtue. So I've got Freddie and Virtue, and I'm just going to rub them together. So you see, and then let me just have a look in the mirror again. Yeah, that's nice, because if you, as I turn, I can see the highlight in it. I hope you can see that as I'm turning. So yeah, another mix up. So let's get rid of that. I'll keep hold of that one. And what I'll do is I'll put Freddie on the lips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm going to try the Lila on top. As I said yesterday, lip to cheek, lip glow. So one enhances the other. So let's see what Lila does on top of Freddie. Yeah, that's okay actually. So it sort of goes a bit, I don't know, a bit aubergine-y, I think, really. So yeah, so that's that. So just finish the eye bit off. Just put the clear gel on. Heather and I are on the case because we both agreed that we are looking into the microblading, when we can, you know, when they release sort of the beauticians and whatever. So we're on the case at the minute, but the intention is that we will meet up and go together, hopefully. So just put a touch of Virtue down there, and a little touch up there. That one. And last but not least, looks like the sun's trying to break through outside. People walking past aren't wrapped up for winter, so that's a good sign. And that's the look for today, ladies. So, Justice, Victory, Empress on the eyes, the usual on the face with the BFF, BFFI and a touch of Just a Touch. Freddie and Virtue mixed on the cheeks, and Freddie with a topping of Lila. Okay, so that's that. Right, outfit of the day, and I'm a little bit, well, I'll show you. So, oh, I'd better put my glasses on, hadn't I? So I won't see a thing. And the other thing I must do, because I never notice until after I've done the videos, is, and I don't realise that quite often you can see the back of my head, and sometimes it looks awful, so I'll just give my hair a go. So, I'll pull this off to show you what I'm wearing, and you can give me a little bit of advice if you like. So, this is the Zara dress that I bought a while ago in the special prices, so it's black and white. It's a shirt dress, buttons all the way down, so I can flash my legs. And I've put on the Zara belt that I bought, which I think is fine. But, and this is why I lose my patience with belts, because if you can see, it keeps flopping and there's nothing to tuck it in. So what I've done is I've put some blue tack there and I keep pressing it to keep it together. But it keeps on flirting open. The belt itself is fine, you know, that's fastened fine. But I wish they'd put another loop that you can feed through, because what good's that loop there, you know, because it doesn't stop the other bit from flapping down. So anyhow, it's blue tack at the minute. If anybody's got any brighter ideas, I'm very grateful to hear them. So Yes, so I've got my trainers on because I'm going to be walking down into town. But yeah, it's nice, it's cool, and makes a change. So, okay, I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything that we need to cover today. I hope you can see because I'm getting awful sort of shine back on the screen. So anyhow, catch up with you tomorrow. It's Wednesday tomorrow, isn't it? So I think it's given the rain out again for tomorrow. So we will need to cheer each other up. So I'll do my best. All right then, I'll do a separate full length of the dress, and you can give your opinions or whatever. Okay, catch up with you all tomorrow. Bye.